Welcome back to the Transform Your Mind, to Transform Your Life radio and podcast. I'm Life Coach Myrna I, and today I want to talk in this 5 minutes with Coach Myrna session on the topic, something greater is coming. The reason and the background story that I want to use for illustration today is the Bible story about the promised land. The Lord said, I will give you the promised land, a land with milk and honey. But before you enter this promised land, I will make you wander in the wilderness for 40 years. So the promised land is your something greater. Maybe right now you are in the wilderness, but don't despair. Hold on to the promise that one day you will walk in the promised land because your something greater is coming. Or maybe you only have one half of the promise. You only have the honey. Life is sweet. Have you ever heard the phrase barefoot and pregnant? What it means is that you were barefoot because you're broke, and you're pregnant and you're happy, because pregnancy means that you're happy, right? But so being barefoot is being broke, and the pregnancy means you're happy. So the pregnancy represents your honey. So God also promises that if you've been faithful over a few things, I will make you ruler over many things. That is the promise that your something greater is coming. You might have a few things now, but greater is coming, and you will walk in overflow. You will walk in your promised land. You will walk in both milk and honey. You can be happy that you have love in your life. That's the honey, but you want the milk. The milk represents what you need to grow bigger and stronger. And that is how you rule over things, because you need the strength. We don't want to be barefoot and pregnant. We want more. We want more than enough. We want both wealthy and pregnant. We want both milk and honey. We want the full promise. We don't want half of it. We want the promised land filled with milk and honey. The Bible says that all you have to do is ask for what you want, seek what you want, and believe in your something greater. So ask, seek, and knock. That's what the instructions are for you to get your something greater. And you don't have to worry that it's taken longer than you think that it should come in, because it will come at the right time. Don't think because you don't see any evidence of your something greater that God is not working on it. Think of the bamboo tree. A Chinese bamboo tree takes 5 years to grow. It must be watered and fertilized in the ground where it has been planted every single day. But it doesn't break through the ground for 5 years. So imagine you planted a seed and you know and believe that it will grow. That's the difference. You know and you believe that it will grow. So you keep watering it. One of the phrases that I love from the Pursuit of Happiness book is that you hit that anvil every day. You keep doing what you're supposed to be doing. You keep working at it and hitting that anvil, and you keep watering it and giving it sunlight. And after 5 years, the bamboo tree finally breaks through the ground. But something amazing happens. As soon as that little seedling comes up through the ground, in 90 days, it is 90 feet tall. 90 feet tall. So it has exponential growth. After taking all that time below the ground, it is now shooting up to 90 feet tall in a short amount of time. And that's what the hope that I want to give you guys today is that your something greater is coming. And when it comes, it is going to be astronomical, and it's going to grow and build and grow faster than you ever imagined. You will be blindsided by your something greater. Your rapture will come suddenly. It will be like one day you're walking along the street and you get a phone call. You got that promotion. And then you spiral up all the way to the top very, very quickly. You just needed that little push. Or you get approval for a business loan and start your own company. And you've heard it. In 1 year, you are a millionaire. And right now you're broke. You're pregnant and you're broke. Right? And so all of a sudden you experience exponential growth. A year ago, this is my personal story. A year ago, I was looking at the top 200 list of podcasts, and I was visualizing how I will feel to see the Transform Your Mind podcast on that list. I did my little energy work and my little visualizing, and then I just forgot about it. Never even thought about it anymore. And then suddenly, last week, I got an email that says, congratulations, your podcast is now top 200. I says, wow. Oh my God, the feeling was unreal. It was a beautiful feeling. And it gets even better. Even though I just met the top 200 list, my podcast for my genre, alternative health, is number 36 worldwide, globally. That is amazing. That is amazing. I came from nowhere and all of a sudden it was shooting up the charts. You have heard it. That is your something greater. My something greater is here. But guess what? That's not where it stops. That's where it's not where it stops. I'm going to get even greater because I'm going to be living in overflow. So whatever you're dreaming and praying about, your something greater is coming. Ask and you will receive. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be open to you. Don't get frustrated because it looks like it's taking longer than you think. It will show up. Another personal story. About 15 years ago, I was just ending a bad relationship. I've been praying to God for years to send me the right men, but I kept hooking up with the wrong men, so the relationships always ended, did not last. I walked into a train one day, going home from work, and standing at the door doing a ticket check was my something greater. We both knew immediately because who you seek is seeking you. He was looking for a wife, and I was looking for something greater. 11 months later, we were married. We're coming up to our 16th anniversary. But what I want to share with you is when I left my house that morning and chose what I was going to wear, I did not know that God was directing my steps because he knew that by the end of the day, my life would change. How many of you know that the window to the heart is through the eyes? The first thing that somebody sees, the first attraction is sight. So what I was wearing attracted my husband's attention. That was my husband's first day on that schedule. That's why I hadn't seen him before. He had just changed shifts. He did not know also that God was directing his steps. He'd asked God to send him someone nice, a quality woman, and he did. There are no coincidences in life. Every moment is preordained. Have faith that your something greater is coming. And even though you can't see the entire staircase, just keep putting one foot in front of the other, and you will eventually get to the top. And finally, your something greater will be here. That is it for this week's episode of 5 Minutes with Coach Myrna. I hope that you were inspired. I hope that you will continue to have faith that your something greater is coming regardless of where you are in the journey. You have to believe, you have to have faith that it will come and it will blindside you. It could be tomorrow, right? It could be 5 years from now, but just have faith and you will walk into your promised land, a land that God promises filled with milk and honey and overflow. All right, well, listen, thank you for tuning in. This is Life Coach Myrna Young, and you've been listening to 5 Minutes with Coach Myrna. Until next time, namaste.